Yes. Hold on. You know, in 3 minutes, three people are watching. Nobody said a fucking word. That should be my next T-shirt. This is why I have anger issues. That should be the next T-shirt. Yeah, that's just there are lights around here. We dislike stuff around here that we like. I wonder if the vinyl will work. Wrong side. Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Hey, yeah, early. About 15 more minutes, and I was going to call it a night because there was nobody here. Well, there were people here, but they weren't saying anything. You know what I'm saying? And then people coming in here liking the video and shit, being assholes. You know. I mean, I was off today. Well, I was supposed to work, but oh, hey, Diana, what's up? Yes, my day was fine. Colored for a bit. Finished the Queen's Gambit on Netflix, which was fucking amazing. That show had so many good twists and turns in it and shit. Fucking amazing show. I'll say we got another fucking hater in here liking the video and shit. Must be one of them based people. Or one of them keck wanna bitch people. You know? But yeah, just PSA, man. If y'all haven't watched the Queen's Gambit on Netflix, watch that shit. Shit was good. I'm so stressed. Why from the work thing? Told you what you should have did. Because that would have been my move in that situation. Because my move would have been like, your quote's $1,000. They're gonna be like, what? I'm like, yeah, sorry. And then I would have worked on the real price. You know, the real price would have what? You're stressed about the work thing, right? The quote? No, then they move on to get a quote from someone else. Yeah, but you call them back. Because hypothetically, okay, because here you go. Because hypothetically, let's say we're using pretend numbers here, okay? Because I don't know your fucking quote numbers and shit. Okay, we're using pretend numbers. Okay, so you say, yeah, your quote's $1,000, and they're like, what? Oh my god! So while they're calling other people, you're working on the real number. Okay, because you know you fucked up. You know, you're like, oh shit, I don't have the real number, and so you're working on the real number. Okay. So then you call them and let's say their quote's $400. All right. Meanwhile, they're calling somebody else and their quote's, fucking, I don't know, $600. So you call them like, hey, sorry, there's been a mistake. Your quote's actually $400. I apologize for the holdup. They're like, oh, $400? Well, damn, we're going to use you instead. See, you gotta think 3 steps ahead, man. You know? No, I don't. I don't think I will. The idea is on the table. It's a wild card you can use later. If you get really desperate, it's there for you. Did you get my message? There was a message. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I assume. I assume that's what that picture was for. But you got to take pictures of them individually. That's gonna work better. I told you this, man. You got to take pictures individually. I know that. I'm just showing you the loot as a whole. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Or, I know all I did was log in earlier to look up the information you asked me to look up. I'm like, all right, I got a message. I was like, are you shitting me? All I did was log in. In fact, let me even see what that message was. Shit. Why do I get messages from new people? Ooh, you were somebody who did not read my profile. Good try though. Yep. Sorry. There's 5 people watching, so there's okay. Never mind. It's 4. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I started pretty early tonight, so I'm gonna give a little bit longer than my usual 30 minutes. So I'm about 6 minutes away from that. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I swear. Sometimes when it's just quiet like this, I just want to start violently masturbating, just to see if that brings in the people. And I don't mean just like a calm stroke either, man. I mean like that violent, like could break off my stalk kind of fucking stroke, you know? Like could have to go to the hospital afterwards type of stroke. I'm still working, man. I'm sorry. It's all right. Oh, you're still working? You picked great at work material then. My show. When it's see them on the ground. I'm gonna look at these Saved by the Bell cards. Give me something to do for a minute. I want to look at these. Speaking of which, I actually finished the reboot the other day, the last episode of the reboot. But nobody cares because they're just talking. Dax hasn't even seen the reboot, so it doesn't matter. Give it more time. Yeah, because I'm at my 30-minute mark, and that's usually when I'm like, I'm out of here. But I'll give it more time. I still like my 90s deck the best, only because Jennifer Love Hewitt's in the deck. Hmm. Oh, Jackson, I tell you, I'm mad at Brendan right now. I think before 7, you're just not going to draw your usual crowd. Well, I don't know. I had a good turnout for that afternoon show I did that one time. I had a really good turnout for that show. Why though? Because okay, so like I said, he's been with me. I hear him since I got him from hardtofindtv.com. These Shipping Wars DVDs, right? So I've been trying to think of a trade for him, you know. So he turned down the belt trade, which was like the Shipping Wars DVD plus like a whole assload of TV shows and everything. Which okay, fine, whatever. And I offered him 30 Rock for it if he had it, and he didn't have it, which that one's fair. I mean, he can't fucking trade what he doesn't have. So he posted on Instagram the other night that he had like these Clerks action figures and shit, and he was just like, that's a different time slot. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so he posted on Instagram that he had like these Clerks action figures and shit. And he was just like, I don't know how to go about selling these and blah, blah, blah. But if anybody's interested in them, hit me up. So I was like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't mind having some of them. I love fucking Clerks. So I messaged him and I was just like, how many Clerks figures would you be willing to trade for Shipping Wars? The show that you've been wanting since I got it from fucking hardtofindtv.com. And he sends me a message back saying, motherfucker, no. And I'm like, why did you even tell people to hit you up if you're not even willing to deal with them and shit? Like, so I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit right now. Like, why did you even bother to fucking make a post about it, telling people to hit you up if anybody wants any and shit like that? Because here I am, I have something that you've been wanting and shit, and fucking now all of a sudden he's like, no. And I'm like, I'm done. I kind of just want to make a video just burning these motherfuckers now. And then I'll be damned if I didn't go into his live last night and somebody asked him, hey, can I have a free DVD? And I was just like, yeah, okay. And I'll be damned if he didn't do it. I was like, you'll give away free shit, but you won't do a trade for something that you want. That's bad form. I can understand if he was just showing off the figures, like, hey, look at these and shit like that. And I messaged him and said, hey, how many of those would you trade for shipping wars? And he was like, no. That's completely understandable. But the fact that he posted something saying, like, hey, I wouldn't mind getting rid of these, or just sitting in a box and shit. And I'm like, oh fuck, he's been wanting these shipping wars DVDs, like fuck, like how many would he be willing to trade? For him, and he's just like, no, motherfucker. No. He literally said, here, I can play the message. I say, hey, how many Clerks figures would you be willing to trade um for shipping wars? This was the response. Motherfucking, motherfucking, no. That was the fucking response. And I was just like, seriously, like. But somebody comes into his live and asks for a free DVD, and he's like, yeah. I'm gonna make a video called Burn Baby Burn, and it's just gonna be me burning those fucking DVDs. Now nobody can have them. And if you want to burn your own fucking Shipping Wars DVDs, you can go to fucking hardtofindtv.com, where you can no longer save 15% off your $40 order. Sorry. But you can still go over there and find your hard to find TV shows. They have just added a plethora of shows to their website, like The Pretender, and I didn't do it, and Victorious. They've added Victorious, so if you're into Victorious, you get Victorious. And unfortunately, right now they're only accepting Amazon Pay. So, but still a great deal. Oh my God! Thank God somebody else is here. Oh, thank God, Toast. My friend asked me whether you smell burnt popcorn or burnt toast when you're having a stroke. I told him it's different strokes for different folks. And no, it's not. No, it's not different strokes for different folks. It's you smell burnt toast. There's no gray area with that one. I do have a funny story with that. When I worked in this factory, um it was like, I'd get up at like, have you had a stroke before? Well, no, I just know the symptoms. But I was working in a factory before, and one day it was like early, and again we worked in a factory, and all of a sudden I start smelling fucking toast. you know, like cooked toast, not burnt toast. It was like somebody cooking toast and shit like that. So like the floor supervisor was standing right there and like a couple others, and his name was Jeff. And I was like, Jeff, do you smell toast? He was like, what? I was like, you smell like toast. There's somebody cooking toast. And he was just like, in smelling toast like a symptom of a stroke? And I was just all of a sudden I was like, what did you say? Then the jury's still out. Oh, shut up. This made my whole left side go numb. What did you say? I hated that fucking job, but like at least some of the people were kind of funny to talk to. All four of them. I talked to like four people. There was like the one dude Orlando. There was Diana, or Diane. I think her name Diane cracked me the fuck up one day. Um, like there was like a rare day we had to work on a Saturday, and there was a chick named Diane. And Diane was I guess the best word would be eccentric. I guess that's the best word for her. And I don't know how we got talking about it, but we're all working same. Usually, like the regular days at the factory, we're working on factory line. So there's not really like we're not really all together to converse and shit. This is how I found out Diane was eccentric. You know, usually I used to only talk to this one cat named fucking Orlando, and this was the day I found out she was, different. So, I don't know how we got to it, but eventually she tells the group that we're working there because now we're like on tables and shit. It's two tables and we're all working together and we're putting tags on shit for this special Saturday day we're working. And she eventually, what job was this? I worked at the factory in Illinois for a bit, like right when baby mama was pregnant. Like I think it was like right after we announced on Facebook where we were having the baby. So Diane like announces to the group one time that like she jerked some guy off with a plastic bag, like a grocery store plastic bag, and we're like he was into this, and she was like, oh yeah, he was into it and shit, and we're just like, now you have my attention because now I see an opening, you know. So I'm just like, oh boy, I bet yeah they calm his ass down at the grocery store, you know. They're like, hey, paper or plastic, and he just jumps in like plastic. And we're just like, that's amazing customer service. So we were just like, oh god, we were fucking rolling and shit. So then they discovered my fucking talent of just like taking songs on the radio and just making them fucking filthy, you know? Because like now I'm taking every song on the radio and just like making it about. I'm sorry, I gotta get ready to do a store pickup at Walmart. Aw, you and Toast are the only people talking. Don't go. Don't leave me. You can pick it up tomorrow. If you're still on when I get back, I'll jump back in your comment. That's what you said last night or the other night, and you never came back. I'll still be there tomorrow, Jax. Don't leave us. It'll still be there tomorrow. No, the people who aren't showing up are tearing this family apart. Okay, talk to you. I just sat here and cried, and you're still gonna leave? That is heartless. I'm not mad. No, fuck that. I am mad. Anyway, so songs coming on the radio now because we had a radio that day. I just kept making like filthy, fucking dirty songs about like how Diane was jerking off people with a plastic bag, you know, and we were just fucking rolling, you know, like that song by what was her name? Colby Calais, Bubbly. Every time I see your bubbly face, give me feelings that I can't erase your touch of my toes. I just turned that into like a filthy song about Diane just jerking off some guy with a plastic bag, you know. It was just, God, I don't even because I was coming up with all this shit on the fly. I was like, every time I get a plastic bag, I spit inside and then I jerk you off. I jerk them off real. I was just, oh God, it was just horrible. Oh God, and Diane's over there just cackling, laughing. You know, fine, you can go. Did the plastic bag have significance, or was this the only thing read about? No, apparently she told us that the guy was like into it. Like that was like his deal and shit. So, like I said, I can't remember how we got to that piece of information, but I remember her telling us that like she did it one time, and I was just like, and he liked this, and she was like, yeah, he loved it and shit, and and that's like that was like my opening because that's why I was like, oh boy, I bet you had to calm him down when you went to the grocery store. Like, hey, is this gonna be paper or plastic? Plastic, you know, and like that's where it started and shit. And like we had this one guy that's what I like. That was like one of the few accomplishments I had at this job that I fucking hated so much. Like the factory is like in the top fucking three jobs or top five jobs that I hated the most. And dad is driving me. This is for your sake. Okay, I don't know how this is for my sake, but okay. Um, so um what was I doing? Top five jobs I hated. Daddy with the driving skills. I don't know. I just know I hated that fucking job. Because it was always the same fucking shit every day. Same fucking shit. I say the factory was like one of the jobs I hated the most. Tivana, Food Lion, which was a grocery store. Um, IV's probably up there. The money was good and some of the people were great, but like overall, that experience was just. I have a lot of fucking trust issues because of that fucking store now. So four, top four jobs I hate. Because those are the only ones I can really think of that I fucking hate. Because like Blockbuster, I really did like the job. I liked the job. The job was easy. Just working with management was just hell on earth. Borders was probably Walden Books. You wouldn't think somebody like me who barely reads books and shit like that working in a bookstore was probably the best job I ever fucking had. But I had a boss who fucking actually fucking gave a shit about me, looked out for me and shit. I mean, you're talking to somebody who, like, unbeknownst to me, I was going on working on 7 days straight. And I had no fucking idea about it. And my boss came to me and said, "Oh, Will, you're taking tomorrow off." And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm covering for Jackie tomorrow." And she was like, "Oh, no, not anymore. You're off tomorrow." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm covering for Jax tomorrow." And she was like, "You're not covering for her anymore. You're taking tomorrow off." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, and it was because I'm working 7 days straight. She didn't want any of her employees working 7 days straight. That's why she's like, "You're taking tomorrow off." And shit like that, and she would wheel and deal with you and shit. Her name was Bonnie. Like, every boss I've had, I'll fucking compare to Bonnie because, or like Bonnie would be like, "Hey, Will, can you work for me Saturday?" I'm like, "Oh, I can work for you Saturday if you give me like Thursday off." And she'd be like, "Well, I can't give you Thursday off, but if you work Saturday, I can probably give you Friday off." And you're like, "Oh shit, done." Like that's the kind of boss she was and shit. You know, when things get stale, you have to move on. That's a good motto for life in general. Oh, and Go Calendars. Go Calendars was a pain in the ass because nobody knew what the fuck they were doing except for me. Nobody. Nobody knew how to upkeep the place. Nobody knew how to do inventory except for me. Nobody knew how to run the place. Nobody knew how to close the place. Nobody knew how to open the place except for me. The only reason they hired me, I came in and met the guy who was running the place, and he was just like, "So, why do you want to work here?" I was like, "Well, I've done this before," and that was it. I was hired because I said that. Because that's what I did at Walden Books, is that I did calendars. I would work in the store very seldomly, but I did it. But I got my main thing was calendars. So like I knew calendars fucking up and down. So like when I knew they were doing a calendar store in Illinois, I was like, well, fuck, I've done it before. Why not? So I went and told the guy, like, yeah, I've done this shit before, you know. And that guy, he literally went to quote unquote calendar school for like a day. He missed like the 4 day program that they're supposed to go to before opening a kiosk, and he only went for one day, so he had no idea what the fuck was going on. He hired a manager that had never run a fucking kiosk before, had no idea what the fuck she was doing. You know, her assistant manager had no idea what the fuck she was doing. They fired 8 people within a fucking 3 month period. That is unheard of. That is unheard of for calendars and shit. It got to the point where like the manager was coming to me and saying like, "Will, what would you do in this situation?" That's bad. If you're coming to me asking me what would you fucking do, oh, you've hit rock bottom. You know, like they've had to bribe me to stay and do double shifts, and it was horrendous. God, because I worked a double shift, and they're like, "Well, if you do this double shift, this is the last one you have to work." I was like, "Sweet." So I did it. Fine, everybody, fire everybody and start new. God, they pretty much did. I think only me and one other person, not including the managers, me and only one other person made it through the entire 3 months. It was me and this girl named Sunny. That's it. Everybody else either was fired or quit. No, I don't think nobody quit. Nobody made it to quit. They either just stopped showing up to where they were classified as fired or they were just fired. Like I literally came in one day that was supposed to be my day off to train somebody. This is no shit what happened. You'll probably read about this if I ever finish my fucking second book. But I came in on what was supposed to be my day off. So I had to take a fucking bus in the morning, get my ass up to the fucking mall. All right. and they wanted me to train somebody because this was going to lighten my workload some. Because I'm literally working like fucking 6 days a week. I have like 1 day off. You know, sometimes working double shifts. So double shifts at the mall, that's like 9:45 to fucking 9 at night. You know, they're like, well, if you train this person, we can lighten your workload some. I'm like, oh, sweet. So like, if I train this person, I had the next day off and shit. So I was like, all right, fucking A, man, I'll fucking go up there. So I go up there, I show her all the shit that needs to be done. I'm like, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. Fucking inventory is like this, you know, but if you have any problems, you just call this person, blah, 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 all this shit. Trained her for a good fucking 2.5 hours to where like, I think you got a good grasp on this and everything, you know, because she's worked retail before and shit like that. So, um, I was like, so you think you're good here? And she was like, yeah, I'm good. I think I got it. I was like, all right, well, if you have any questions, you can give me a call. You can give fucking, what's your name a call? I forgot the manager's name. Or give David a call. And she was okay. I was like, all right, we'll see you later. So I walked down to the other kiosk. I was like, all right, I showed her this, 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 and this, blah, 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 blah. Boom, I'm out of here. And I'll see you guys on, it was a fucking Wednesday. I will see you guys on Friday. And they said, okay, see you later. I left. I went home. Woke up Thursday at around 8 because my body was used to waking up around that time. Woke up at 8. My sister was like, I need to go to Walmart. I was like, all right, let's roll. You know, so we go to Walmart. It's like 8:45. 8:45, my phone rings. It's I think her name was Kim. Now I think about it. Kim calls me. She was like, hey, Will. I was like, hey, what's up? She was like, we need you to come in. I was like, no, I'm off today. And she was just like, yeah, we really need you to come in. I was like, what happened to the new girl? And they're like, we had to fire her. I just trained her yesterday. And they're like, yeah, her drawer came up $20 short. So we had to let her go. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'll be up there in an hour. You know, I got to the point where like I wouldn't even talk to nobody. I wouldn't talk to the manager. I wouldn't fucking because I got to the point where like I could have made a T-shirt that just said, "I'm just here to sell calendars." As soon as you left her, oh, I know, right? That's how I felt. But like there was one. Okay, like for those of you who never worked at a, if anybody's gonna watch this on playback, I doubt it. But for anybody who's ever fucking worked at a calendar stand, they have something called the planogram. The planogram basically tells you this is where everything fuck goes. All right. So like you have like a wall here in spot one, that's where the fucking San Francisco 49er calendars go. Spot two is where the Cowboys go, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Everything down to like where the fucking calendar gift wrap goes, and everything is on the planogram. It tells you how to place it, it tells you where to place it, so forth and so forth. So the calendar gift wrap stands up like this in its rack. It does not go down like that. Okay. It's sometimes a pain in the ass to put it up like that. And it is easier to put it down like that, but it goes up like that. It's not a hard thing to fucking do. Now, one day, we had two kiosks. I go down to the other kiosk one day and I spend my entire fucking shift down there, which was from 9 a.m. to fucking 5 p.m. rearranging that whole kiosk to planogram because nothing was right down there. I spent my whole shift down there. When I left, that fucking kiosk looked, mwah, oh, it looked fucking great. You know, looked fucking fantastic. So, like even to the point where like my boss one day he was like, "Well, I'm coming to your kiosk." I was like, "Okay, shit, you never fucking worry about anything. My fucking kiosk." 4 hours later, he comes to my kiosk and he walks down. He's like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, Will, sorry I'm late. I was at the other kiosk and it took me forever to change stuff. Let me take a look at yours." And he no shit did this. Oh, okay. All right, everything looks good here. But he was at the other kiosk for 4 hours fixing it. So I had to go down to the other kiosk or something one day, right? And I just happened to notice the calendar gift wraps like this. So it just has like, you know, a nice little friendly thing. I was like, oh, let me fix these real quick. Boom. Put them up like that. As I'm walking away, in my eyesight, the guy does, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's it. That's what did it for me. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done with all you motherfuckers. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Fuck you. I'll just be like, Will, what's the matter? I just kept on fucking walking. I was like, I'm done. I get a text message from Kim. Will, he didn't mean it personally. I just kept on fucking walking. So I get down to the other kiosk, and my big boss, David's down there. And David's like, hey, Will, how's it going? I'm like, hi. He's like, what's the problem? I was like, nothing, David. Let's just sell some calendars. That was the first time I said it. And he was just like, okay. Yeah, pretty much. Screw you guys. I'm going home. So I get down there, and he's like, okay, well, I was just taking a look around. And again, your kiosk looks fantastic and everything. There's not really much I need to tell you to do and everything. And I was like, mm-hmm. And he's like, well, what's the problem? I was like, no problem, David. Let's sell calendars. And then that's when he's like, Will, I can't fix the problem unless you tell me what the problem is, man. And I was like, David, I'm not going to keep going down to that other kiosk and everything for stuff if they're not going to keep their shit in order. There was a day where I spent 8 hours down there and fixed that kiosk where it looked perfect and everything, and they can't fix a planogram correctly and everything. So you know what? Fuck it, David, I'm done. And he was like, all right, Will, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. Will, first things first, you don't have to worry about that kiosk anymore. Don't even worry about that one. This is your kiosk here. You do a great job down here. Don't even worry about it. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And then, like, out of the blue, he's just like, Will, by the way, is there a steakhouse around here? A Longhorn Steakhouse? And I'm just like, I'm having a fucking existential crisis right now. And you're worrying about where a fucking Longhorn Steakhouse is right now. You know? So I'm about to grab the guy by the fucking neck. Like, I'm like, you know, like fucking, because I'm about to fucking quit. Because, like, at this point, it's like, I started in like fucking beginning of September, midway September, and we're now like, I think we're a little after fucking Black Friday, you know, maybe a little before Black Friday, you know, so like shit's getting really busy. I'm fucking working hours upon fucking hours of work by myself and shit with no help, mind you, barely any help and shit. And he's asking, you know, like I'm going through, people won't follow planogram and shit. People aren't straightening up my kiosk at night and shit, because that was another big thing with me is like somebody would close my kiosk and like all my shit would be fucked up at night. They wouldn't straighten up my shit at night. That was another big fucking thing, you know. And I was just like, and he's asking me where a fucking Longhorn Steakhouse is, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And I was like, he's gonna go down too. So I was like, yeah, David, I think there's one like fucking down the road here, like right over here, man. Kept like pointing in the direction of the mall and shit. Because like I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, you know. So he reaches into his wallet and he pulls out like a $25 fucking Longhorn Steakhouse gift card. He's like, here, Will, you know, you've been working hard and everything. I know you've been very stressed out and everything. So I want you to go out and get a steak tonight and everything on me. And I was just like, I'm still pissed, but I'm just like, fine, whatever. You know, put it in my pocket because I had like a short pocket here. And he was like, again, Will, don't worry about that kiosk. It's not your responsibility no more. Don't worry about it. And he was telling the truth. Because not one time after that did he ever ask me to do anything at that kiosk again. So I was just like, damn, he kept his word. You know, they fired somebody. They fired somebody because they fired somebody and their boyfriend who was working there because I wasn't getting along with them. Well, they weren't getting along with me. You know, because she came down to my kiosk running her mouth on Black Friday. You know, and I straight up told her, you know, it was Black Friday in a mall. Black Friday in a mall. Okay, the busiest shopping day of the year. All right. Her boyfriend worked at the other kiosk, and she was going to come down and work at my kiosk. We're going to work in pairs and shit. Right. So she came down to my kiosk and was just like, oh God, I have to work with you. And I'm like, okay. She was like, I don't even like you. I was like, mistake one, you know? So I was helping a customer. Once I got done with the customer, I was like, there you go, you have a great day. I looked at her, I was like, you know what? If you don't like me so much, I don't need you down here. I can do this by myself. I don't need your attitude. Go to the other kiosk. Next. And she was just like, once I got done with that customer, we were done because it was just about to get busy. I mean, like it was really about to get busy. So she was just like, what's your problem? I was like, you're the one that came over here saying you don't like to work with me and everything. So you know what? Again, I can do this on my own. You can go to the other kiosk. And she was just like, well, that's not what I meant. I was like, you said that's not what I meant. You said that's not what I meant. I just walked away. So they sent them to the other kiosk, and the day after that, they fired their asses. They fired both their asses. And then here's the funny thing about it. I was told by Kim, they're just like, we fired fucking whatever her name was. I don't even give a shit. They fired her and the boyfriend. I was just like, okay, cool. So that day, she was supposed to be my relief. She was supposed to be my relief at like 4 o'clock that day. So here she comes at like 4 o'clock, and she comes sits by like the fucking thing and everything, and I'm just like, and she's not saying anything to me because of what happened on Black Friday, and I'm like, why is she down here? Because I'm supposed to be working a double now that she's fired. And after about 10 minutes, I finally look at her and I'm like, are you here to relieve me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, I was told you're fired. And she was like, what? I was like, Kim told me you were fired. Take it up with her. And she left, and I never saw her again. That job gave me so much fucking stress. So, like, on the last double shift that I had to do, they're just like, well, this is the last double shift you have to do. I was like, thank God. So, one day came, and they're just like, oh, Will, can you stay till closing tonight? And, oh, yeah, I didn't tell you the follow up to the fucking, you know, that story. So, um, the mall had 2 levels and shit. And usually on the way out, I would stay on the first level where our kiosk was, and I would go by their kiosk and say goodnight or something, or pick up bears for the St. Louis hospital because I was selling bears for the St. Louis hospital shit, and see if they had any and shit, which they never did because they didn't give a fuck. Um, well, after that fucking incident, I would take the second level up, take the main entrance out to the bus stop. Finally, one day, Kim came down and she was just like, hey, Will, how's it going and shit? And I was wearing like a nice button-up shirt that day and everything. It was like one of the rare days where like I looked in the mirror, I was like, damn, I'm looking good, shit. Rare day, you know. And she was like, hey, Will, how you doing? I'm like, hey. This is like fucking like 2 weeks after that incident. I really don't give a fuck, you know. And she was just like, so, Will, are you upset about anything? And I was like, nope, not at all. And she was like, because I noticed you haven't been coming down to say anything to us or anything. I was like, just been taking an alternate route out. And she was just like, Will, are you still upset about that? And I was like, not at all, Kim, just here to sell calendars. She was like, well, I have a feeling you're upset about something. I was like, just here to sell calendars, Kim. That's all I kept saying, just here to sell calendars. Because I wanted nothing to fucking do with them and shit. So anyway, the last double shift, because like towards like the end of January, or no, I mean end of December, beginning of January, it's all pretty much doing the fucking double shifts. To the point where I was like, y'all gotta fucking stop. I can't keep fucking doing double shifts all the time. Cause then like I almost missed my bus and shit like that. And it fucking no. So um not even steakhouse guy. Mm-mm, no. The steakhouse guy comes back into play because like he told me he was like, Will, if you do this one double shift, you don't have to do another one. I was like, oh thank God, sold. So I did the fucking double shift. So then like that Monday came, and it was like it was going to be like my last shift. Like after this shift, they had people to fill it and shit like that. So all I had to do was like work like 8 to 4 or some shit. And I was done with this shit. I was done with this whole fucking calendar shit for the season and all this shit. We talking about food? No. Um, so they come to me at like 3. They come to me. No, it wasn't 3. It was like noon. And they're like, "Oh, Will, can you stay till 8? By the way, or till 9?" And I was like, "No, no, I'm not staying till 9. No." And they're like, "Yeah, but Will, we don't have somebody to close." I'm like, "It's a probably not my problem." I was just like, "I did a double on Thursday, and they said that is the last double I have to do." And they're like, "No, Will." They're like, "Will, but we don't have anybody to close." I'm like, "So what?" They said Thursday was the last one I have to do. I'm not doing another one. And the guy just looked at me and he was just like, "Okay." And he walked away. 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. I'm like, "Then we call and go calendar, St. Clair Square. This is William." And it's David. And David's like, "Hey, Will, how you doing?" I was like, "David, if you're calling for what I think you're calling for." He was like, "So, Will, I have an offer for you." I was like, "It better be an offer I can't refuse." You know, is there money in calendars? Just don't see a lot of people buying enough. So, I mean, you'd be amazed, man. You'd be amazed. I used to have people come up and buy like fucking hundreds of dollars worth of calendars in one sitting, dude. So finally, David calls and he's like, "I got an offer for him." I'm like, "It better be an offer I can't refuse, bro." And he's like, "Well, if you stay and do this last double, no, not Tuesday gift card." He's like, "If you stay and do this last double after 4 o'clock, I'll give you $15 an hour." And I was just like, I was like, "Fine, David, but this is the last one." And he was like, "Fair enough, fair enough. I promise. Well, this is the last one." I was like, "All right." And then that was like the last shift I did. Because after that, I didn't show back up. I met him one more time for my money because he had to pay us. For some reason, something happened. He had to pay us our last quote unquote check in cash. I don't know why. I didn't ask any questions, but he paid us our last check in cash, and that was it. I was done with that fucking place. Oh yeah, Josh. Like when I used to work at the calendar stand in Houston, we used to have a guy come in and he would buy $500 to $600 worth of calendars. Name was Kia. Oh no. Was that his name, Kia? I have to ask Jax what his name is. Um, but this guy would come in all cash first. But yeah, I didn't ask any questions. I didn't ask any questions and shit. I don't know what happened, but for some reason he had to pay us in cash for the last check. I don't know why. Is that the worst job you had? I bought calendars at Dollar Tree. No, the worst job I had, fucking, oh God, I had to be working at Food Line. Kia Sophia, no. I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure it was Kia. Because they're just like, Kia's coming in tonight. And I'm just and we're just like, oh fuck. Because once Kia came in, man, that's like a fucking hour ordeal because you go around and he would want fucking like, 14 Chicago Cubs calendars, and then he'd want like 15, Houston, Texas calendars, and then he'd want, like 10 of these and 4 of those, and like you have to walk with them and like pile them all up and shit. It was an ordeal, you know. There, I mean, he was a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't like he was an asshole or anything about it. He was a real nice guy, and especially if you, stood and talked with him and shit for a bit. Like if he came on like a not busy night and you stood and talked with him, he was a real cool dude, real chill dude to talk to and everything. But it was just a pain, just like, okay, I want 14 of these, 5 of those, 6 of these. I'm like, son of a bitch, you know. Um, no, the worst job I ever had was fucking Food Line, this grocery store I worked at, because how late did you have to work? Like from 8 p.m. till morning? Did you sell it? Well, we didn't sell X-rated calendars, but we did a Playboy, but it was like PG-13 Playboy, like lingerie and shit like that, like hot guys with puppies, Be like really beefed up, muscular guys, but they're holding cute animals and shit. About it. Oh, wait, did you have to work like 8 p.m. in the morning? At Food Line, no, but I was not a morning person, especially with somebody with a fucking newborn. So like waking up at like fucking 8 a.m. to go to work, I was not a happy person. And plus, like I'm pretty sure any of you who have a job, I'm pretty sure either A, you could call your job right now and be like, hey, something came up. I can't work this shift. Is there a way we can get somebody to cover it? Or B, you could call one of your coworkers and be like, hey, something came up. Can you work this shift for me? And if they say yes, no harm, no foul. Not at Food Line. I used to find people to cover shifts for me at Food Line, and they'd be like, oh no, well, they can't work that shift for you. Why not? Because I said so. Why? I have found a person to cover the shift that is going to be absent. So either A, let this person work the shift, or B, I'm going to find another way out of it. Take your pick. You know? I wouldn't want to work extremely late. I seriously can't stay awake that long. I used to work extremely late at Blockbuster. That used to not bother me because, like, when I worked at Blockbuster, I would literally stay up till like 3, 4 in the morning. So, because we used to close the store at like 1, you know? So, like, I would literally, like, fucking close the store at 1, walk home, chill out for a couple hours, do some writing, you know, watch some movies and shit. Did you have to rearrange the tape slash DVDs? We didn't have to. We only had to rearrange them like once when I worked there, but we did one when. Remember when you could? Remember when they finally changed it at Blockbuster to where you could like take the artwork home, like instead of like bringing home the Blockbuster logo, you could actually take the artwork home with you and shit. Remember that shit? I was part of the crew that had to change all that shit over, and that was a long, fucking tedious process. You would fucking think that was like fucking fast and easy and shit, and it wasn't. It was long and fucking tedious. I think that took us like from midnight. It took us from closing at midnight one night to about five, 6 in the morning. You ever have to do facing or stocking at Food Line? Well, no, no. I used to refuse to do facing or stocking at Food Line and Hy-Vee because I told them I'm not a stalker. Facing and stocking is a stalker's job. I'm a checker. You want me to face or stock? Then I want a stalker check and a checker's check. Well, Will, we're not going to give you two checks, and I'm not going to do two jobs. Yeah, they ain't like that. And then I wonder why they didn't like me at Hy-Vee. Sorry, back. I made some noodles. They make the baggers, clean the bag. We didn't have baggers at Food Line. we didn't have that luxury. Like when I first came to Hy-Vee and they had baggers and shit, aka courtesy is what they call them there. That was like a foreign concept to me, man. Like especially when I became a checker, like holy shit, I didn't even use my bagger for like 2 months. I'd have baggers down there like I'm down here too. And I'm just sitting there bagging my shit and everything because like that's what we did at Food Line. Because we bagged our own shit at Food Line. We didn't have that shit. I was like fucking I didn't have that luxury. I also used to bag my own shit. I'd have a $400 order come through my line at Hy-Vee and I would just bag it all myself. You know? Um but at Hy-Vee, yes, they did make baggers. Basically, if you were courtesy at Hy-Vee, you did fucking everything. Every fucking thing. You were a vacuum cleaner. You were a fucking cart getter. Well, that's part of your job, the cart cleaner, in my opinion, or a cart getter. Well, now it's a cart cleaner, I guess. You were a dairy worker. You were a frozen food worker. You were a stocker. You were a what's the other one? You were a facer. You were a directory. You were you were a mopper. You're a sweeper. Um, you're the cigarette getter. Um, Pretty much any fucking job in the store they want you to do. Do I think it's right? No, but that's how they view it. Me, I'll look them right in the eye and say, I ain't fucking doing it. Like they used to send me to go to fucking frozen food. And I tell them, I'm like, fucking, I'm not, I don't work frozen food tonight. I'm a checker. All right. You're not going to fucking send me back to do frozen food job just because frozen food didn't finish her fucking job. I don't know if anyone here worked at Walmart or a place like Walmart, but if anyone does or did you have to search the shelves for merch that people had to buy at another time? I find shit hid anywhere, many movies or games. That's something me and my mom like to do after Christmas is like go to after Christmas, when it's 50% off and shit. And every year I tell her, I'm like, we should go the Christmas Eve and pick out the shit that we want to buy after Christmas and fucking hide it in the store, like in a place where like no one's gonna think to fucking go on Christmas Eve. Go to like automotive or some shit, or like fucking, go to this section of the store and just put it there. So then on the day after Christmas, we come back to that spot, get our shit, and then boom, we got it. But she never wants to do it. Oh yeah, Josh and Toast, since you're the only two, well, possibly Riley, because you could be a straight male on the other end of that fucking computer. But hey, so me and Jax thought of a merch idea that we need to run by you, and that is, would you three be interested for $20 in the 2021 Jackie calendar? I was just gonna do it, but she wanted me to test the market. Explain more. What do I need to explain? You get 12 pictures of Jackie with a calendar. Like, what the fuck else do I need to explain? Pictures of Jax. See, Toast, I give you an inch and you want a fucking mile. PG-13 pictures. See, again, I'm giving y'all an inch and y'all want the fucking mile, man. Like, because I found somebody who I could print out like 15 fucking calendars, like a very limited run of calendars, and figured what better merch, you know? It'd be like a Christmas month. Puts on a Santa hat. Do like some provocative pose. Because I just messaged her yesterday and I was just like, hey, how quickly do you think you could do 12 PG-13 photos? And she didn't respond. I was like, okay, the reason I ask is it would be cool if the pictures would be of Jax in her cool makeup. $20 a lot for a non-sexual calendar. 6 seems. So Josh is out because me and Jax need to make some money off of this. That explains why Josh never bought my book. Well, consider my book was $5 cheaper than that, but whatever. Well, $3 cheaper considering the shipping. I have to agree with you. Okay, so you're out. All right. Okay. What do y'all want? Like fucking spread eagle pink or some shit? You gotta understand, printing and shit costs money. Is your book in Braille? Are you blind? What the fuck does it matter if it's in Braille for? And $6? That's all Jackie's worth to you is $6? I'm telling her that right now. And she's gonna be disappointed. Maybe not full eagle spread, but maybe no. Dude, you have to take in the account of her time to take the pictures, okay? The printing, the shipping, my time to ship it. Because like all the shipping and stuff is gonna be on shipping and printing is all gonna be me. All right. Jax is just photos and shit like that. Things before non-sex. It's gonna be provocative, PG-13. You might have some cleavage and shit. She's coming back in here. She's gonna be mad. I'm not saying she's gonna be wearing a full parka or anything. I'd have to mull it over for a while. Hey, also, don't ever call him Toasty Pants again. You're $6. Yeah. No, no, they think for $20, man, you should just spread your legs open and just show the whole vajay and shit. That's what they think they should get for $20. They think it should be $6 and shit, and they don't explain that there's printing and shipping and your time and efforts and shit like that. They don't get all that. They want like full spread eagle paint and shit. I said halfway. Okay, you get my point though. Listen, fucker, that's one. That's it. You know what the new three strike rule is? You know what that is? I'm going to sit here and read my whole book out loud. Suggestive. What? Okay, so January, what? She's just standing there peeling a banana? Yeah, Riley said that like it should be like you with all your cool makeup. But that would take a lot of time. We got to get this thing pumped out by January if we do it, because apparently she's only worth $6. She's worth a cheap whore on the street. Apparently, sucking on the banana, peeling it as PG. Yeah, that's the new rule. If anybody gets three strikes, I just start reading my book out loud from beginning to end. I mean, that's punishment for anybody. You got to use your imagination, Josh. If you saw a picture, you were the seasoned pro. See, Josh, you got to use your imagination. If you saw a picture of Jax just peeling a banana, wouldn't you just let your imagination take over? I would. I'm not very imaginative. I don't want to live on this planet no more. Calendar school? Question mark? Question mark back at you? Jack's lying on the floor. No. Yeah, see, that's what I'm like. That was. Oh wait, if Brett was here, he would want 12 pictures of Jack Street. Yeah, not for $6. And yeah, Josh, that's not a $6 one either. Imagining is too much work. I'd rather see it. That's what I'm like. Not for six. Damn. You should have saw the comments when I first brought this up, Jax. I was like, would y'all be interested in a 2021 calendar of Jackie First thing they said was a sexual one. I was like, damn, I give y'all an inch and y'all want a fucking mile, man. Like shit. See, on paper, this was like a good idea. I was like, wow, I saw this ad on Facebook where you could make your own calendar and shit, you know? And I was like, this would be a great idea because nobody wants to see a fucking calendar of my fat ass, you know? I was like, a calendar of Jack's, that might put a couple bucks in our pockets here, you know? First I was like 50-50, but I was like, no, Jack's would be putting herself out there. I think 60-40 is more fucking correct. You know, this is a great idea. I'm glad we didn't just jump right into this because I was just going to say, let's do it. I was like, Jax, you start taking pictures. Let's do it. But she was like, no, let's ask first. And I'm glad we did now because we would be sitting on like 15 calendars that we could not sell. 12 for adults. Again, do you not understand that there's print? Let me put it to you like this. My book here, okay, I charge $15 plus $2 shipping for my book. If I would have charged $6 for my book, I would have lost an ass load of fucking money on this fucking book. It's not even funny. For the price of the printing alone. That's just for the printing. That's not even like before shipping anything. If I would have charged $6 a book for how many books I sold, not including the free ones that I gave out, oh my god, I would have had to be I would have to eat these books at this point. $12, I think I would break even at 12 if I were to sell my books for 12. Again, before shipping. There is printing involved. Printing, time, effort. Jax has to, if okay, hypothetically, people, if we said, yeah, we're gonna do this, Jax would then have to find time in her busy as fuck schedule to take 12 pictures. There is no maybe. I need by exactly. If we said, yeah, we're gonna do this, Jax would then need to find time in her busy as fuck schedule to take 12 pictures to then send to me so that I could go to the website and put the fucking calendar together, then pay the fucking price to get these printed, which only 15 would be printed, then get them shipped to me, which I don't even know what the shipping cost is on this. I'm taking a gamble on that one, you know, because the shipping costs on the books, okay, then let's say hypothetically Josh and Riley, for some reason, if there is a chick on the other end of that, and Burnt Toast want one, I would then have to ship them to you. So $6 or 12 for that matter can't happen. I'm out next time. I'm sure Wet Movie would buy a lot. Yeah, okay. Next time is December 2021. We can't come up with this idea again in March of 2021. We can't revisit this again in March. Lousy smarch weather. You fuckers don't want to win it. You fuckers just love Jax, man. You guys love seeing her come on the fucking channel and shit, but you guys don't want to help with a premium, so you guys fucking want to see her more often. You guys don't want to win a date with Jax. You guys don't want to fucking put in for the raffle for that. You guys don't want to pay up for a calendar, so you guys can. I'm starting to really think that you guys just love the idea of Jax more than you like her. That's it. That's the last Jackie idea we're pitching to you fuckers. Because one, I'm just out of ideas at this point. And two, I think anything else I pitch is going to be like, no, we're good. That or is like, do we have to pay for it? Yeah. Oh. Jax doesn't want to do an OnlyFans account because she doesn't want to deal with the lewd comments. Trust me, I tried going the OnlyFans route with her. I tried talking her into that one. That was like her main setup was like I don't know anything you said since I came in. Huh? All right, I'm gonna head out. Can't live like this anymore. Shannon, come on, I'm live, man. Yeah, well, like I was saying, I tried talking her into an OnlyFans before, but she doesn't want to deal with the lewd comments that will come with it. Because I told her, I was like, if she got an OnlyFans, I'd fucking sign up for a year right now. Don't have the spare funds right now. If it's anything like 4chan, I don't think they'd be that lewd. You know, I don't think there'd be anybody saying that they want to take a dump on your chest on OnlyFans. But although I don't know, the porn star accounts that I follow, they don't even get that bad. You know, I've seen some pretty tame comments on porn star accounts. So I mean, off topic. I'm extremely pissed that I can't enjoy a 10-minute YouTube vid without seeing 5 ads. Is it only me? No, it's not only you. Oh yeah, like before the election, and shit. I don't know who Teresa Greenfield, Joni Arnst, or Abby Finkenauer are, but I want them dead. Yeah, but I don't get paid, so I don't care. YouTube are greedy bastards. That's true. You're talking about somebody who canceled my ad revenue one time within 8 hours of getting it, and I did nothing. Well, when I originally had ad revenue, I was doing a collab channel with my friend Victoria, and at the time you could link your other channels to it. So I linked the ArtistV1 channel to it. So I was like, sweet, I can probably start getting paid and shit. Well, long story short, I didn't know that they track your IP address. I thought it was your account they track. So um so I was like logging into different accounts and clicking the ads. Well, it turns out they track your IP address. So they canceled my fucking AdSense, which, fuck, fair on them. Stupid me. I didn't know. So I opened up a new oh no, I had another account that wasn't linked to it. So they offered me AdSense on it. So I was like, fucking A, you know? So I put the AdSense on there, and like a week later they just got rid of it for no reason. I was like, I didn't fucking do anything. I didn't do anything against the AdSense thing, fucking nothing. So like, fine, whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna open up a brand new fucking account. So open up a brand new channel called Mr. Version 1. Why didn't you use a UVN to cover up your IP? Oh, UVN. Why did I think of that? Because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Um, so I opened up a new channel called Mr. Version 1, and I was just gonna start fresh. I was like, I'm just gonna start fucking all over again. You know, I literally started the channel literally uh a VPN. Oh, VPN in 2013. Yeah, because I had no idea what the fuck it was. I would buy a VPN, but I just think like some of the prices on that. I've looked at some of the prices on VPNs, and I think some of them are ridiculous. Some of them I think are priced fairly fair. But I think like Surfshark. I think Surfshark is fucking ridiculous. You know, or is it ExpressVPN? One of those two I looked at, and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Um. Anyway, so I opened up this brand new channel, Mr. Version 1, and I posted like literally one video at like 10 o'clock at night. You know, posted my first video on it. I woke up the next morning, I get an email that says your AdSense has been canceled. I'm like, I didn't fucking do anything. I posted one video. So I literally made a fucking video that I think it was titled "Fuck Google," and it was just a scathing fucking video, just targeting Google to the point where, like, after about 3 hours, they had to put an age restriction on it and shit because that's how scathing and fucking hate felt it was on it and shit like that. And then like fucking after about 8 hours, I deleted the whole channel and shit because I was just like, I didn't even fucking do anything this time. Twice they've deleted my AdSense and I didn't even fucking do anything. I tried Twitch one time, but I couldn't really. I can figure it out on my phone, like how to fucking start a feed on my phone and shit like that. But I can't fucking figure out how to start a feed on my. If I can figure out how to start a feed on my stream on my computer, I'm solid. Did you delete the vids too? And was your partner Victoria mad? Victoria eventually left the final cuts. She got tired of feeling like YouTube was a job. It stopped being fun for her, so she eventually stopped our collab channel and her own channel, and she kind of just YouTube just wasn't really for her anymore. So I eventually brought in some guest people for the final cuts, and then I kind of went on my own for a while, and I eventually just said fuck it and deleted the whole channel. Have you tried to appeal it many, many times? Many times. They don't even answer me anymore. But I would get a VPN just to check out like other Netflix. Apparently, that's what mainly people get it for, just to check out other Netflixes and shit. Was her vids commentary only, or did she appeared in them? She's cute. I still talk to her. She mainly does a tarot card. She does a lot of tarot card shit now. She's really into tarot cards and everything. Like she actually bought some of my board game artwork on when I was doing Board at Heart. She bought some for Christmas 2 years ago. Damn, Susan. I got mint chocolate Twinkies. Oh, I'm sorry. You should have got the good kind. Do they taste good, Jax? No, they don't taste good. She got mint chocolate. What are you talking about? I'm about to find out. I'll wait. The only mint thing I can eat is like junior mints and shit like that. I think I like it. Of course you would. Of course you would. This is why, as a couple, you would drive me insane. Hey, Mikey, she likes it. Like I like some things with mint, but like mint chocolate ice cream, I don't get it. I don't get why people like it. Stimulus update. We might get 600. Hey, $600. $600, bro. Like, I don't understand anybody who likes mint chocolate ice cream. I'm like, why? Mint in my ice cream? Like, at least Junior Mints has like a fucking purpose. Gum, mint gum. That makes sense. Where's the 1500? Shit, where's the 2000? That's what I want to know. Where's the fucking 2000 at? Kamala Harris needs to get off her ass. Let's go. Love dark chocolate. Oh fuck, man, that's like a weakness of mine, man. Fucking the Lindt truffles, the black ones. Oh my god, the Lindt truffles, the fucking black ones, man. I know there's like 47 different colors you can choose from when it comes to the Lindt truffles, man. But I'm sorry, man. Black is the fucking one. Yeah, there's fucking red and gold and blue and all that shit, man. But the black ones, the extra dark ones, oh man. Dark chocolate. I will say dark chocolate is an acquired taste, but you know what? I'm part of the rare one. I'll say it. I'll say it right here, right now. Black is the only valid lint ball. I mean, don't get me. I like the other flavors of lint. You know, some of them. I wouldn't say all of them. Jax. I don't know if you noticed or not, but at one of the malls in North Carolina, they have a lint store. Like me and the kid, we go whenever I go see her and shit. A lint store, like the chocolate store. You can buy them by the bag. You can buy it by the pound. They have like different other fucking of those candies. Oh man, and I will say, did you say no? Christ, lint. Nice. I don't eat much chocolate because it hurts my mouth. I was gonna say dark chocolate is an acquired taste, but I am part of the rare minority, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what I know. All y'all are gonna say ew when I say it, but I fucking love fucking the taste of black licorice. You must be a mine. Okay, that was not the fucking response I was expecting, but okay. Oh, see, Josh gets it. Like this one company makes this fucking black licorice hard candy. Oh man, that's my shit, man. Black licorice hard candy. Oh man, not me. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Because God hates me, and God is given we can't be compatible. That's why. I like red licorice too. You know, I like that black death flavor. I love it. Have you tried the other flavors of licorice? There's red licorice and black. What are the others? You clearly dodged the bullet, Wilston. Shut up. We can still make it work. This black licorice, I could give it up. I can give it up cold turkey. Apple, raspberry. I can only have black licorice jelly beans. And in the words of Randy Jackson, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. Twizzlers. I'm sorry, when it comes to Twizzlers, man, them sweet and sour Twizzlers. If anybody's had those, oh man, I'll knock over a whole line of kids to get to them. Whenever Josh says BRB, we got like a fucking hour. Like them sweet and sour fucking Twizzlers, man, where they got like the fucking jelly or jam or whatever the fuck it is inside. Those are the fucking bomb right there. I know. See you Thursday, Josh. I know, because we did not have the turnout that I expected tonight. I thought we'd be taking pre-orders for a calendar. Um, the Amazon wish list is located in the description down below. If anybody would like to send something for our Christmas video, I'm having laughing cow cheese. Oh, look at my surprise face. My face wasn't surprised, in case you missed it. Oh, here's some. I'll have you know, sir, that up until a couple of weeks ago, I haven't had any for years. I was about to say you were just eating it last week. Like, oh, here's a nice little fun fact for you Dead by April fans. I think on December 18th, I believe it is December 18th, Dead by April will be releasing a cover of Let It Go. So fun little fact there. I can't wait to hear it. Up until a couple weeks ago. Yeah, but now it's like all you eat. I can leave. No, don't go. I can change. I can be better. I can be better. We can make it work. I'm supposed to help mom again. With what? At least I'm eating. Yeah, that's true. I was just telling mom the other day how you're living off of laughing cow cheese right now. I'll help your mom. So it begins. Saw them feet that night. Oh my God. Jesus, sustain your life, Jax. Jax isn't lactose and I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I just want to get away from all of you. I'm going to start a new YouTube channel and get a new fan base. No, he wouldn't. He doesn't pay for anything. He's just a loyal fan. Depends on what's on the calendar. Why does everybody keep saying that? If it's a calendar of Jacks, what the fuck else would be on it? What do you think? I just fucking know the Jacksonville Jaguars or something? This is it. This is what an aneurysm feels like. I'm back. It's so cold. Baby, it's cold outside. I roofied your drink. Oh no, I'm falling asleep. Don't touch me while I'm asleep. Okay. That was horrible. Oh shit. 48 here in Orlando. What's the temperature here right now? Let's see. Mm, 34 here, but with the wind chill, it's 27. Shit, I don't get out of bed until I turn my fireplace on using my phone. It's high 50s here. Sounds about right. See, in Texas, you only get like winter for like, I don't know, 6 weeks if you're lucky. I thought it'll be in the 70s. Texas. No, that was last month. Well, you gotta go already. Don't go. Don't go. Don't leave me. We need $5 buy-ins for the calendars if you're serious. Oh well, yeah, okay. They won't put in for the pro account so you can be on more often. They won't put in for the raffle so they can win a date with you. We can kiss this calendar dream goodbye. Next month, I'm getting back on my diet. Freaking shirts are tight. This is tangible. Okay. I've given up hope on it already. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have a Jackie calendar hanging up somewhere where I can see it, but hell, I could probably make my own. I could probably make my own. Yeah, he's in next year. You make your own, I still get royalties. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm too influenced for this. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Where are you going? Don't go. You can't leave me. You can't leave me with these animals. Gotta hang command strips. Gotta hang command strips for the stockings before it gets too late. Ah, okay. Alrighty. See you later. I guess our stockings will be hung by the chimney with care. Did you thought about you and Jack's pitching the idea to wet movies audiences? It's a big crowd, from first, and you could get more takers on the calendar idea. Her stockings were hung by the chimney with care. Girls usually wear stockings. I can't always be here for you, Toast. Come on, Jax. We can be both triumphant. We can be both joyful and triumphant, huh? Yeah, I'm out of Christmas innuendos anyway. Oh wait, she's a heavenly peace. Oh God. First thing I see is Josh A. Coloring book idea. This is not going to end pretty. Coloring book about coloring books. You get it? Your coloring books inside of a coloring book. A little too meta there. That vixen was prancing, and man, was I blitzing. They kind of have that, and it's funny as you mentioned. I actually colored a cock vein the other day. So, coloring book about Jack. That could actually happen because in one of the coloring, or I wouldn't say one of the coloring group I'm in, there's actually somebody in there who for $10 every 2 pages, she'll take any picture you want and turn it into a coloring page. I mean, it will cost a penny, but here's the thing: $10 every 2 pages. So in order to get a coloring book and then to sell it to you guys, it would be an astronomical price. There's just no way. They thought the serial killers were a little weird. They didn't know I colored serial killers until recently. Um, I told them about the hardcore porn one. They thought that was kind of interesting. But everything else they seem okay with. Bob's Burgers, Bill and Ted, the Tootsie Roll coloring book, all those. But they just thought the serial killer one was kind of like, huh? You color serial killers? I was like, yeah. Told them my process. Like, usually the ones I don't know, I research. You I think the porn one, they're just like, oh, okay, that seems like something you would fucking do. You know, nipples and areolas only. Yeah, but what would be the fun in that? You know, I wouldn't want to color just a fucking nipple and areola. I mean, it's two fucking colors. Bonus pages can be buttholes. See, you say that, but there's kind of a coloring book on that. It's more for animals, but not human. There's cat and dog butts you can color. About homeless people. Oh my god. I don't even want to read the rest of that. You lost me at homeless people. Well, it's 9 o'clock. It's been kind of a dead night for this Tuesday, so I'm going to wrap up here. So Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, description down below. You guys want to help a brother out? There's also the Amazon wish list. Christmas is coming, so if you guys want to send something for Christmas video and I'll unbox it all live for a Christmas video, that would be awesome. Just let me know, and I'll push it to the side for said Christmas video. So yep, that is all in the description down below. So yep, I will see you guys again on Thursday. Might be kind of late though, because I get off at 9 like usual now. Heaven forbid I get off at 8 anymore. Excuse me. So yep, remember, go down to the local train yard, kill a hobo, keep the hobo population down. So yep, until next time, I'm the ArtistVersion1. Guess what? Be breezy.